A new tease on SmackDown this week for the person we think is Malakai Black, Aleister Black, coming to WWE. This week, we saw the figure of the person, obviously blurred as well, which doesn't help, but it does resemble what you'd expect Malakai to look like. There was some creepy imagery used as well, of course, the candle being blown out. This really cool snake was shown. But the big focus was on the Roman numerals. Of course, this one is 4. That one there is 25, which would give us 425, the 25th of April, which is the first SmackDown after WrestleMania. I'm extremely hyped for this. I think WWE was very smart tonight as well. Of course, next week is when a lot of people were looking at being the 4th of April, and all we had so far for the tease-wise was the number 4. So hopefully now we know 25th of April, but what's the future teases gonna be? But while we wait for Malakai, there is no crypticness anymore. This person has been revealed, and of course the blur had gone away. It's Rey Fenix. Not only that, he kept his full name, which we did expect a name change. We expected it to be shortened to Phoenix. He will be still Rey Fenix, and as you can see, he's coming next Friday, April 4th, SmackDown. Rey Fenix arrives, and I really like how commentary mentioned he is one half of the Lucha Brothers alongside Penta, so that door is still open too. But this is things you might have missed from WWE SmackDown. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. It would be Cody Rhodes who would kick off this week's SmackDown, not Raw and not face-to-face with John Cena, although of course he did hype that up. It was really cool, though, hearing the crowd go wild for Cody, like they did for Randy Orton as well. Randy Orton coming out, saying how proud he is of Cody Rhodes, how Cody changed the industry away from WWE. But ultimately, Randy is going to look Cody in his eye and tell him he's coming for the championship. Out would come Drew McIntyre, and Drew obviously focused on that championship. He would insult Randy Orton by saying no one's talking about his return, etc., but when he focused on Cody, Cody was ready. And I really like this for Cody because it shows that Cody is ready to go. He is focused, and he probably would do the same to John Cena given the opportunity. This whole opening segment, though, would of course build to a match later on SmackDown between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Makes sense. The London crowd are very happy for that. But we've got to ask the question, what's going on with Randy Orton? It seems a bit weird. Just a couple of weeks before WrestleMania, someone calling their shot. Yes, of course, Randy Orton is going to be facing Kevin Owens. He spoke about that. He spoke about kicking Kevin in the face. But a lot of people, and I really like this idea, are wondering if Randy Orton could join The Rock and John Cena. I mean, maybe. Maybe Randy Orton is the reason Cena wins. There's a lot of history there, of course. Not only that, a lot of history with Randy and Cody. And even if Cody loses that belt, Randy and Cody has a lot of history in of itself. It doesn't need the belt. Well, Drew McIntyre would actually beat Randy Orton in their match that happened a little bit later on in the show. And of course, this was due to a distraction by Kevin Owens. After the match, the brawl was on, the fight was on, and the fight kept going. Randy Orton went to that place. He was looking for the punt kick. And of course, Kevin would get away. I am so, honestly, looking forward to Randy versus Kevin at WrestleMania. The new SmackDown announcer, Mark Nash, would make his debut in the O2 Arena in London. And honestly, he sounded really good. I think his voice is very powerful. You can tell he's a former boxing announcer. That's no surprise. I think there can be a bit more quirkiness for character introductions, a little bit more passion. But this is his first week, so let's see what happens over time, you know what I mean? The first match tonight would see a homecoming for Pretty Deadly. Just no musical. Unfortunately, they would face off with the Street Profits, and yes, it didn't really go too well. The Street Profits were up, and Montez Ford seemed to enjoy beating them tonight. A little bit too much with the hometown audience. Street Profits would pick up the win, and that's pretty disappointing for Pretty Deadly. But nonetheless, I still don't think this makes Street Profits heel. I think Montez Ford is just smart enough to work the crowd. They knew that Pretty Deadly was getting cheered in London. Of course, he's going to act more heelish. But of course, I think they're just more tweeners. Things are far from over between Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green tonight, but Zelina finally, kinda, has some friends. This would build to a tag match of Caden and Katana versus the Secret Hervis. Now, honestly, this made no sense. Zelina Vega would come out after the match, but she wouldn't come out before the match with her friends or during the match when Chelsea was actually getting involved. That seemed a bit weird. I did feel sorry for Zelina, though. Zelina obviously trying to get the crowd on board, and they were firmly behind Chelsea tonight. So I think it was the right call tonight, at least, to have Chelsea standing tall. LA Knight versus Braun Strowman for the United States Championship was up next, and this was okay until, of course, a disqualification would happen as Jacob Fatu would lay out Braun Strowman and LA Knight. He attacked Braun first, so I think theoretically that means Braun Strowman is the winner of this match. Jacob, though, would leave Braun Strowman laying down in the ring. LA Knight was down somewhere on the outside of the ring. Jacob Fatu making it known he wants the United States title. He would issue a warning, though, to Solo Sikoa. Solo wasn't happy with what Jacob did by himself, and Jacob said, look, I'll either do this with you or without you. Oh my God, problems just keep mounting up for what was the new bloodline. This is getting tense. Do you think they turn on each other before WrestleMania? I think this is really cool, and I'm surprised WWE haven't done it earlier, but they are going to start inducting matches and moments called WWE Immortal Moments into the Hall of Fame, with the first one being this year, WrestleMania 13's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hitman Hart. How cool is that? Wow, what a vignette tonight from Naomi. Genuinely, this was really good. Of course, talking about the whole Jade Cargill stuff, but directly talking about Bianca Belair. Obviously, visibly upset. She said that Bianca basically replaced her, yet she's the woman who's inspired women for a very long time. But now she's done being that person. She's done being underappreciated. And now this new Naomi, if you come for her, you got to proceed with caution. I really like that line. And of course, it matches the attire as well. Naomi would then come to the ring attacking Mishin and B-Fab, brutally assaulting B-Fab only because they spoke to Jade. And of course, Jade would chase Naomi away. We did get a face-off between Charlotte and Jade tonight. Wasn't expecting that, but seeds maybe being planted by WWE. I'll be down for that match. Of course, Charlotte would come down for a match with Mishin. Really good match. Charlotte would pick up the win. Then her WrestleMania opponent, Tiffany Stratton, was backstage. And honestly, great promo from Tiffy tonight. She desperately needed it after last week, and she totally delivered. Jimmy Uso would defeat The Miz in the final match of tonight. And of course, Jimmy would then grab the headset on commentary and basically build and call out Gunther for that match on Monday on the final show of the European tour, which will also be in London, England. Well, Drew McIntyre and Lewis Capaldi were going to go out onto the town tonight, obviously have a few drinks. As he was about to leave, though, it was who he called the Timu Undertaker, Damian Priest, attacking Drew. Damian would throw an innocent guy through a table and then chokeslam Drew McIntyre right onto real glass. Oh my God. Strangely, CM Punk seemed to enjoy it this time though. Love that. Honestly, so good. Just a little small continuation of the hatred between Punk and Drew as Punk would make his way to the ring. Because it was the main event segment, which was the contract signing for WrestleMania, with the fans singing Roman Reigns. He made Paul Heyman sing it into the microphone. Honestly, absolute gold comedy moment in WWE. Roman looks like he's loving it. Attitudes would change when Seth Rollins come out though. Paul Heyman definitely didn't sing his song. Both Roman and Seth signed the contract, and out came CM Punk. Question is, did Heyman sing Punk's theme? Maybe, I don't know for sure. But it would be left to Paul Heyman to reveal to CM Punk that this would be the main event of WrestleMania. CM Punk is officially a WrestleMania main eventer. Tears in Punk's eyes. Anger in Seth Rollins. What a beautiful camera shot as Roman Reigns gloats, saying that he makes this happen. As always, though, there was a giant plot twist, and it was the fact that Roman thought this was the favour, and after CM Punk would thank the Tribal Chief for his main event spot, he revealed this is not the favour he's owed. So what is it? What is the favour? It's going to happen at Mania, isn't it? There's a lot of people really critical of this year's WrestleMania build. Well, tonight WWE stepped it up for sure. This main event segment felt like a WrestleMania main event worthy segment. This feels like there's something big brewing, and I can't wait. A decent SmackDown tonight. I think there was a lot of big talking points. Next week is going to be hype. Obviously, SmackDown is back in the USA next week. For this show, a solid 8.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!